Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and that was very tough. That was a depressing loss. I'm here to recap Game 1 of the ALCS, Astros versus the Rays. The Rays won 2-1, but we out-hit them 9-6. This really isn't going to take very long because there isn't a ton to say. Starting with our starting pitcher, Valdez pitched really well tonight, and he took the loss, and it is a real shame because he went 6 innings of 2-run baseball. 8 strikeouts, 4 walks, which is a bit high, but Framber pitched very, very well tonight. And also, Blake Snell pitched very well tonight. I know I usually don't talk about the other team that much. The Rays are an incredible team, and Blake Snell especially looked very good tonight. This was a really good pitcher's duel for for the entirety of the game, between our bullpen, their bullpen, and this was a pitcher's game. Blake Snell, he gave up quite a few base runners in his time, but he got out of it, to his credit. Valdez gave up quite a few base runners, but he also got out of it for the most part. This was just a really rough game because both pitching staffs were really good, and one of them sadly had to take a loss for tonight, and that person was Valdez for the Astros. And it's a shame because this was a very good playoff start for him. After he got pulled in the 7th, Blake Taylor came in and he pitched a 30-minute inning, gave up a walk, hit a guy, and struck a guy out. And then he got pulled for Enoli Paredes. The cannoli man himself came in to face 2 batters, struck them both out, and that was it. Enoli has been incredible this postseason. I don't believe he has allowed a base runner. Enoli's been something else this postseason, and if he can keep this rolling into next year, you could see an all-star reliever out of the Astros pen in Enoli Paredes. Then in the 8th, I believe, yes, it was the 8th, Rayleigh came in, he went an inning, he gave up a hit and a walk, he also struck 2 guys out, and that was it for the pitching. As for the offense, for runs scored, Altuve hit a home run as the second batter of the game, and that was it. We lost 2-1. I would be remiss if I did not bring up Framber Valdez's absolutely incredible defensive behind-the-back gloved ball that he was able to turn into an out. But I gotta be honest, this is just sort of a buzzkill kind of night. The pitching was fantastic for the Astros, and our bats just couldn't do it. Now, I know a lot of people are going to try to blame the Astros bats, but I think this is really just a credit to the Rays. They are a very good team, and this is going to be a very tight series. I don't see any of the games being blowouts. I think we're going to see a bunch of 1 to 2 run games, sort of like this. I kind of think this is going to be the theme of the series, which if you're an offensive person, that isn't great because this is going to be a boring game if you view entertainment as far as offense. No, I do not think the Astros bats are dead again, like a lot of people are suggesting. The Rays are just a very good team, and we're going to have to grind out at bats. I will say this, I love him, and I hate saying it, but boy oh boy, Yuli's been an absolute he's been a disaster this postseason. And I really like Yuli Gurriel, and saying this pains me, but he double play with the bases loaded. He's kind of been an automatic out this postseason, and it pains me to say that because I really like Yuli Gurriel. But ever since that extension got signed, he has just been bad. And I'm not saying he did something like, he signed the extension and then he stopped caring, because I don't think that's true. It wasn't a long extension, and it wasn't a super pricey extension. He actually took a pay cut, technically, for next year from what he got paid this year. So I don't think that's it at all. I think something clicked. The Astros had quite a few good barreled balls, but we just got unlucky. I think the story tonight was, we got unlucky, but also our offense just wasn't fantastic. There was the Kyle Tucker double play in the 4th or the 5th, where it was a line out to the second baseman, and then he just ran over and touched second base, which that was a great play by Willie Adames, I believe is the one who made it. He is a very good player and sort of underrated. Again, the Rays just have a good team, and if he didn't already have his mind made up and didn't already have the reaction of, I have to get on to second base immediately before he even caught the ball, that would not be a double play. I need to stop praising the other team that beat us. Sorry about that. But I believe the expected batting average on that Tucker line drive was something like 760. It was absurd how high that expected batting average was on that baseball. The Astros just kind of got unlucky tonight. I will also say this, and I don't misconstrue it. I'm not saying this is why we lost, but boy, oh boy, the strike zone was horrendous tonight. There were just so much inconsistency, and I think it went for both teams to an extent, but I think it more so damaged the Astros. Again, that is not why we lost, and I'm not going to say something like that, but the strike zone was kind of terrible tonight. This is just sort of a bummer of a game, sort of a buzzkill. And that's really all I have to say. There wasn't much to touch on. McCullers will get the start tomorrow, and I believe it is at 3:30 Central Time. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Stros.